Welcome back to another video with myself, Kaz from Property by Kazzy. If you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that this is part 3 of a 3-part series showing an example of how you can find deals in London for a good price. Now, if you remember last time, we made a bet with our videographer, and that was that we were going to finish this project in 2 more weeks.
10 days finished.
Finished.
Here's the bet. So Kazzy, this guy here, seems to think this property is going to be finished in 2 weeks. He said 2 weeks. And I'm saying, from my past experience, from being around, going to
the
all
date
these
today
sites,
is the 1st of March.
so he has until the 14th.
The 15th, technically.
15th!
Yes.
Add him on a day.
15th.
So look, if I lose, I got to take him out for Nando's. And if he loses, he's got to fill my tank. And I'm going to make sure it's empty. Empty. You know what I mean? Put that V power
Let's
in.
go, bro. Come on.
Let's go. We've got that on camera.
So, do you think we finished on time? Of course we didn't. We're developers, we're always late, but that's because we're perfectionists and wanted to make sure this was finished to a really high standard. Before I show you around, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe and turn those post notifications on. Now, let me take you around. Whenever I'm designing or refurbishing a property, I always like to think about the end user, and we did exactly that with this property. We actually got the Instagram community involved, so you picked the color, going for this heritage gray, along with the panel feature wall for the bedroom, which I think for a small bedroom gives it additional character. In the bedroom, we also went for spotlights complemented by the overhead reading lights. They've got the accents of gold, which you'll also find in the second fix electrics, which really help to bring the whole room together. Lastly, we redid the central heating, which included installing the cast iron style radiators, which go really well as it's a Victorian conversion. Next, let me show you the bathroom. So into the bathroom, you can see it's been completely transformed. It was a really dark and dingy, very old, unattractive bathroom before, and we've now gone for a really nice, much brighter bathroom. We've gone for the larger 60 by 60 tiles in the epoxy with a feature wall of the marble effect tiles. To add additional character, we've gone for the storage unit, which we picked up from Howden's, and I really like how it accents the rest of the black throughout the bathroom fixtures and fittings. Overall, I'm really happy with this bathroom. There are often mistakes. Funnily enough, this feature wall was actually supposed to be here, but you know, once it was done, I decided I still liked it and we carried on as is. Okay, now if you follow me that way, onto the living room. So if you follow me into the open plan kitchen living room, you'll notice we also replaced all of the woodwork and laminate flooring, going for a light color to help make a smaller flat feel bigger. Now, this open plan kitchen living room is probably one of my favorites we've done to date, because it's always fun to transform small spaces. We went for a Howden's kitchen with a breakfast bar. The breakfast bar has got a solid quartz worktop. The kitchen itself has the gold accents which match the second fix of the electrics, as well as the ironmongery on the doors. I think it's often the small details like the center light we used and the light over the breakfast bar that brings everything together. But my favorite part is probably the splashback, and I really like the way the accents in the glass pick up the rest of the colors in the kitchen. We also went for a quite different tile, so the Victorian style tile, to differentiate the space between the kitchen and the living room, which I think is really important in these smaller flats. So that's what we did, but there's no point in it looking beautiful if we're not making money. So what were the numbers? We purchased for £179,000. The associated stamp duty was £6,500. We then paid £24,000 to refurbish the property with legal fees of £1,500. That gives us a grand total to include the finance costs at £4,500 at £215,500. Now, there was a conversation to be had whether or not to sell the property or whether or not to retain the property. On this one, I decided to retain it, and I'll let you know why. So local agents valued the property at between £275,000 and £325,000. Taking the middle number at £300,000 means that if we refinance on a buy-to-let mortgage at a 75% loan to value, we're able to get a loan of £225,000, meaning technically that we are being paid £9,500 in our pocket to keep this property. So this video we put together really because I wanted to show A, there are deals out there to be found in London if you look hard enough. B, we wanted to really get you guys involved in a refurb project, and a lot of the Instagram followers were part of that. So thank you for all of your comments and suggestions. In terms of going forward, our next video, a lot of you have been asking about how to actually cost a refurb. So we're going to do a follow-up video on the costing of this refurb. In addition to that, I'm going to sit down with a little whiteboard and really talk about the numbers and talk about how you can make property work for you. Because this property right now, A, was free, and B, is paying us. It paid us a lump sum to start with of £9,000. It also is paying us £800 per calendar month. So even when you take away, the what ifs and the maybes and the little sink fund, you still got enough money for either your brand new car on a monthly finance, and that's what we're all about. Assets over liabilities. Catch you next episode.